You know, I wasn't gonna make this video, but hey! Let me tell you about my neighbor. Because if you ever find yourself living next to someone of advanced age, it may behoove you to know of my experiences so you can be better prepared. So listen, young Padawan, to my tale of woe. At first I would just hear his music playing through the walls. But since he pretty exclusively listens to Persian music, I was kind of okay with it. I even heard him play some songs I recognized, so I let it slide in the spirit of solidarity with another possible Persian. At least the shared wall isn't where I sleep. Then I started hearing faint snoring sounds every now and then through the wall. But you know what? People can't help that. Fine, whatever. Then one day I heard coming from outside of my door. And since I like to keep my windows open whenever possible to save on electricity, before I could even process what I was hearing, I very quickly discovered the source of the noise. The neighbor, hobbling along the catwalk outside of my window, taking an afternoon stroll, which would be fine if he didn't stare me down as he passed by. And then he came back from the other side and he did it again. So now in true Pavlovian fashion, I have to jump up and shut the windows and blinds whenever I hear that sound, lest I fall victim yet again to the peeping. I was gonna make a joke here and call him Thomas in Farsi, but I don't know how to do that, so. There's that joke ruined. It was then that I began to register that every few days or so, for about an hour at a time, I could hear the sound of running water coming right outside of my apartment. This would be but a peculiarity were I not a resident of the state of California, where the drought is so severe that Steve Carell comes on the radio every few hours to tell us to turn the water off while we're brushing our teeth. So I got curious and poked my head outside to investigate, whereupon I discovered the neighbor running the hose spigot with no hose attached, just letting the water puddle up on the catwalk and occasionally splashing around in it for an hour in a drought. And then the TV started. He must have just gotten satellite or something, because now, every day and into the night, the dulcet tones of some Rush Limbaugh-sounding windbag hollering in Farsi come sailing through the shared wall into my living room while I'm trying to get done. This is interspersed with what sounds like old Persian dramas, which, you guessed it, involve a whole lot of yelling in Farsi. This is giving me flashbacks. One morning quite recently, I was in the bathroom getting ready, blowing a fan in my face, putting on some girl power music, dancing around, feeling pretty hot. Literally and figuratively, because it was like 150 degrees. But something really started to kill the vibe. I think by now you have an idea of where this is going. All of a sudden I hear this unearthly racket coming through the wall. I have never heard a cough like that in my entire life. This poor bastard must have been smoking 20 packs a day for an entire goddamn century to produce the kind of death rattle I was forced to bear auditory witness to that morning. One pleasant night around 2 a.m. I was sitting on the couch, windows open, enjoying the cool night breeze, when suddenly there was a disturbance. I couldn't place it. It was omnipresent. Was it a large dog growling? No. Some sort of faulty motor sputtering to life? No. Cthulhu rising from the depths to end his long slumber? No, not quite. And then it hit me. Hit me like the earth-shaking sound wave that was surrounding me. It was the neighbor. Snoring. Somehow in the intervening days before my arrival at this abode and that night, this man's sleep apnea must have gotten so bad it transformed him into some kind of Lovecraftian horror monster. So now that's a thing I get to hear almost every night if I happen to be up late. But this really takes the cake. See, up until the other day, there was a smell coming from the bathroom every single morning without fail that I could only describe as like toast maybe, but like with some weird exotic bread. The only explanation I could come up with for myself was that this weird ass building with its weird ass acoustics and its weird ass paint job was set up in some weird ass way where my bathroom shared a wall with the neighbor's kitchen. That is until I pointed it out to Alex and asked if he'd ever noticed it before. It is then that Alex explained to me the concept of a shared wet wall in a communal building such as this one. That is not a kitchen on the other side of this wall. That is also a bathroom. And that smell is not toast. If there was ever a time for brain bleach, this is it. I wish I could unknow that. I want to go back to the before times. While this place is miles better than my old apartment, I won't be sad when it's time to move. Peace, love, geekdom, bye. Do you have any horror stories about your neighbors? Share them with me in the comments so we can suffer together in solidarity. Anyway, click on my face to see more of my face, click over there for my last video, and down there for social media links, which now include Facebook and Tumblr and Snapchat, in addition to all the other that was already there, and Redbubble. And all that's also in the description down below for your convenience. Okay, bye-bye.